They're predicting that we may have a soft landing, but I'm not a believer yet. What about yourself?
I don't believe that either. I think it's a crash landing.
You think it's a crash landing?
Yeah.
So what makes you think it's going to be a crash landing?
I mean, I think it already started. I mean, think how many people got laid off in one day at like Amazon,
Apple.
A lot of these companies. You know what I mean? Like,
and those are the companies that have plenty of cash. They don't need to lay those employees off.
No. So my thing is, why are they doing that when they don't have to?
Maybe they want to assist in reducing the inflation. I mean,
do you think those numbers are actually even accurate?
You know what, man? I don't know if the numbers that we see are accurate.
Yeah.
If they're real, I have no idea. I mean, when Trump was in office, I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
And since Biden has been in office, it seems like, we're going through something very similar.
The devaluation of the currency in Lebanon by 90% in a day.
Yeah, that is
right.
Absolutely crazy. And they actually announced it February 1st, man. We're going to devalue currency. And a lot of people over there went into shock.
Yeah.
But some people were smart. They immediately started trying to find other options, and mainly crypto was that option. They're looking at accumulating more crypto in order to live normal everyday lives, take care of their families.
Do you think that same situation is possible here?
I think that situation is possible anywhere.
Gotcha.
And I think, the decentralization of cryptocurrency, I think that's where the advantage is.
I mean, we would actually be decentralized. We'd have our own money. But is that even a thing when you've got CBDCs? You've got each central bank trying to put out their own digital currency.
I have seen retailers that accept various cryptos. Once you acquire it, most people don't want to spend it. They want to sit and hold until we find out, which way this world is going.
Right. I guess my thought is more of those, more of that day-to-day transactions, or at least like retailer transactions. I think a lot of those are probably going to happen with like a Tether or USDC or something that's supposed to be at least quote-unquote stable or pegged.
A number of people have been asking me, what's the difference between the various cryptos? You have stablecoin, you have altcoins, you have the other ones.
Yeah.
Can you differentiate the difference between the various type of cryptos?
Yeah. But as far as stable coins, when they say that, they just mean any coin that's pegged to a flat amount, meaning that it's stable. It's not going to change in price. So if I want 100 of that coin and it's at $1 a piece, I know I spend 100, I'm going to get 100. There's no fluctuation in price. It's not going to go down and be 80 cents 2 minutes later. It's going to stay stable. That's the whole point behind stablecoin.
And that's based off the US dollar.
In most situations, yeah, it's pegged to $1.
Currently.
Currently.
But that seems like it may be changing.
It could. I don't know what they're going to use as the base or the peg. I don't know if it's
gold. It may be the yen. It may be the bricks.
Yeah, maybe the bricks. It might be. Or we might have what I've heard before. People say it's going to be a split system where it's like half bricks on that side, core central banks on this side. Just think about that as far as like a unified effort. You take China, and then you got India, you got Russia, all right here. These are big powers. And then what's going on with Ukraine? They take over the old Soviet Union area. It's a monster, right? So now you got a real superpower over here.
And a lot of those countries own our debt.
Yeah.
So what if they just say, we're done with the United States? What happens?
That's a great question. If most of these countries were tied to the US dollar, but BRICS is no longer on that system, then our dollar is only valuable to us.
Correct. And we are no longer the global leader at that particular point. No. So the value of our currency may be like Lebanon's.
Exactly. If I got $100,000 in Chase, and tomorrow the currency is devalued by 90%, you telling me my $100,000 is worth 10 G's?
I think the people that have a lot of money especially generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
I think they already know what to do with their money. I think, and
Where are they putting their
that's-
money? This is a conversation we personally had earlier today.
I couldn't tell you. I don't have a lot of money, so I mean, I couldn't tell you,
You
where
got-
they're.
you got some money.
No, you have the money.
You got the money.
But I couldn't tell you where they're investing their money. You know,
Yeah.
especially when I saw the news about Lebanon, how they just devalued their currency overnight.
Yeah.
If that happened in the United States and you were trying to sit on cash to wait until there is
A transition,
a crash or a black swan event, you're in trouble. So the best thing to do is invest in real estate, invest in equities, put your money in something safe. So if something does happen,
When something does happen.
or when something does happen, you can conserve the value that you had before the downfall.
Where you position some of your cash so you're not sitting on cash and you put yourself in a still good position, and you were like, well, you know, I'm looking at companies. Because solid companies, because you're like, hey, in the event that the dollar itself gets devalued, these companies still make things, produce things, have customers, revenue that should hold or retain the value of what I put in,
Correct.
and it should grow, right? It's more of like playing defense. Like, hey, I'm not sitting on this liquid money. I'm gonna put it in Google or Apple, right?
Major defense.
Major just defense. Like, okay, look, worst case scenario, Apple should make it through this, right? Hopefully, right?
They will.
Right. So I'm just saying, like, that's the way to play it. And even as someone who's got $1,000, like, hey, I'll put it on Apple or something, just so it's not in my account.
Bitcoin was around 15 or 16,000.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the last week or two, it has run up to 25,000. What's going on?
I don't know. I just keep buying every 2 weeks, regardless of the price. I know that money came out of my account today. So,
but you had all this opposition. You had Jim Cramer and others saying, "Oh, Bitcoin is a con."
Pause. I like Jim Cramer, but let's be honest. Jim Cramer is a character on TV, like in the show. He's a very smart, seasoned investor. He knows the time to buy is when.
But when everything is down. Now, there's still talk that Bitcoin and ETH may be going to zero. Do you believe that?
Not at all.
Why not?
No, because for two things. One, once you get institutional investment, like when BlackRock does put money in Bitcoin or ETH, their cash volume compared to all the other money currently in the market is gonna keep that situation from happening.
Now, you remember the last show I told you that I bought, and this is not investment advice. This is not investment advice.
I repeat.
But I told you that I was gambling on Shiba.
Yeah, I remember the conversation.
And when I read up on Shiba, they were investing in NFTs. They were investing in the metaverse. And there were a number of other things that they were focused on.
Yeah.
And that thing has run a little bit.
I haven't checked it.
And I've made some good money on Shiba.
Shiba? I mean, maybe I have
And there's a lot of great news almost daily.
Like it's separate. It's on a separate wallet. I haven't checked
You
it.
need to check it. You made some money.
I hope my sisters did too. I gifted them some too. So.
Okay. You might want to get it back. People also have been asking me, how do you go about investing in crypto? Because there are people that are interested. They just don't know much about it.
The name of the book's called The Crypto Playbook. It's really like a how-to guide that you can just keep forever.